Ah, it's the most wonderful time of the year. No, it's not Christmas. It's Hero February. A whole beautiful month where we celebrate the amazing LEGO theme, Hero Factory. And today's episode of the Hero Factory Inspiration Series, it's going to be focusing on a little bit of a mix of creations. Each one is going to share some kind of clever idea or interesting take on a character. And hopefully seeing all of these interesting ideas will get you inspired. And then you can join in on the fun of HF Feb yourself. Go out and build a hero, go out and build a villain. Get into the spirit of things and build something Hero Factory related. But let's dive in and get you some inspiration. We are starting off strong with an amazing redesign of the beloved Core Hunter. And this is Core Hunter 2.0. It's built by Beans Bionicles. So yeah, a bit of a staple within the world of Hero Factory is this kind of idea of like upgrading and retrofitting Hero Factory heroes. Specifically, it's done so that they're ready for some sort of mission that requires new armor and all that jazz. But more importantly, it was done to sell toys. And it worked. I love all the changes. But, you know, you had characters like Furno 1.0 and he upgraded into Furno 2.0 and the cycle continued. Yeah, in his 2.0 form, he's got brand new armor that's going to help him combat those fire villains. It's a logical upgrade. Well, you know, why can't you have villains who get a cheeky upgrade as well? Here's a little side-by-side comparison with the original Core Hunter set and this new 2.0 concept for the character. Now he's got bulky armor, refined weapons, but he still maintains a few things. Yeah, the layout of the red spikes, that's fairly similar. And the weapons, they stay pretty much identical, but they've been stylized a little bit differently. And I like that. Honoring the old, but adding in something new and exciting. It's good to see. You know, maybe these upgrades were added in as a reaction to Core Hunter being previously defeated. Perhaps when Core Hunter was fighting off some hero, he lacked a lot of defensive capabilities. Well, to combat that in his 2.0 form, he's been granted some really, really strong armor. Now he's probably unstoppable. I like that. If you want to revamp a villain and give them a 2.0 form, try and imagine what some of their weaknesses might be, and see if you can fix those weaknesses in your upgrade. Now, I'm also a big fan of the torso design here. I love the way that these dark bluish grey Technic connectors form kind of like an ab design. Or perhaps it's more of a rib cage. Look, yeah, it reminds me of some of the armor detailing that you see on Iron Man's waist in the MCU. This sort of thing implies a good sense of torso articulation, even if the model won't really articulate. It just makes it feel more real. Yeah, what a fun upgrade. Now let's check out Akiyama Makuro by IGU i9. It is so delightful to see original Hero Factory characters brought to life. If you're not familiar with them, Mr. Makohiro is the founder of Hero Factory. You do see glimpses of the character in some of the various media, but he was never made into an official set, sadly. So what a good idea this is. Why not take any of the various characters that exist in the comics, the media, the books, or anything, and bring them to life? There's actually a pretty surprisingly large amount of official Hero Factory heroes and other characters that never became sets, so you can build them. So many possibilities, and so many mocks that could be done. Now, I like that this mock is using Turaga Matao's mask, but not in lime, instead it's in tan. You know, it fits him rather well, actually. It's not exactly like a one-to-one match, but it's close enough. And you know, Mr. Makuro, he kind of does look a little bit like a Bionicle Turaga. So using some classic Bionicle pieces to make them just makes sense. Although, you know, if you read up on some of that lost media from Hero Factory, there's that whole villain factory thing. It states that Akiyama Makuro is actually a Makuta from the Bionicle universe. They started Hero Factory and they created Villain Factory, which is directly underneath Hero Factory. The idea is that he creates villains and then he creates the heroes to fight them, and it's all for his financial gain and his personal gain. It's some really shady, evil stuff. So, we might have seen an eventual final wave of Hero Factory where the heroes, and maybe even some Bionicles, team up to fight this guy. None of that's inherently canon, necessarily, but it's such a sick idea, isn't it? So maybe you could bring that to life in your own version of the character. I also enjoy his funky little staff, and seeing some of these cloth pieces as well. Cloth always looks good on a Bionicle, doesn't it? This is great. Over to a creation that's called Stormer 2000, and this was built by The Zipper. So yeah, this looks nothing like Stormer, but I like that. The idea that this is what a hero from Hero Factory in the future could look like. That's fun. After years of innovation and change, this is what the heroes of the future look like. Or, maybe because this is called Stormer 2000, maybe this was built in the year 2000. So this is a hero of the past, and they've since been upgraded to look a little something like what we're familiar with. Either option is really cool. What do the very first heroes made by Hero Factory look like? What do the final heroes of Hero Factory look like? That's just a really fun idea. Yeah, either way, I enjoy a radically different approach to building a hero. It's just delightful. Imagining what Hero Factory could look like in your own creative vision. That's cool. This updated weapon is also quite nice. I like this little blue flame piece at the end, although, because it's Stormer, I imagine that this is actually meant to be some type of ice weaponry. And how about this larger back design, using a Hero Factory 3.0 chest piece? There's something nice about how that silhouette looks alongside the head. It's just kind of funky. I like it. This next one's pretty cool. This is Surge Surfer, and it was built by Bodimetry. Yo, a radical hoverboard for Surge to zoom around on? That is sick. We didn't really get enough vehicles for Hero Factory. We got a few, but not enough. So it's delightful to see other builders making their own vehicles. This kind of reminds me of Toa Ignika and his hoverboard. Hoverboards are pretty cool. I'd love to see a whole variety of heroes and villains with hoverboards. And the way that they stylize their hoverboards, there's a lot of creative possibilities there. So yeah, it's good to see some of these trans green blade elements. Surge is holding one in his hand. The other ones are on the front and the edges of the board itself. These pieces came in the old Cyberpunk Ninjago dragon that you're seeing right here. I talk about this dragon a lot on this channel. It was a really good parts pack and just a really good set. Maybe it's worth picking this one up on the aftermarket today. It's a good one. So yeah, good to see a bunch of elements from this dragon, including the color scheme being put onto this mock. It does look really nice. And finally, Perilia Oil 606, they give us a revamp of Speeder Demon. Now, if you're familiar with Speeder Demon, you'll know him for his purple bike. It's kind of a staple of the character. So, at first you might be like, well, where's the bike? This ain't Speeder Demon without the bike. But he's got the next best thing. He's got a mech suit, or at least some type of power armor. Isn't that cool? He's just a little guy. He's seemingly powerless and weak. But when he has this hard suit, then he becomes a real threat. And I like too that we see some of those purple pieces in this armor. It makes me come up with a story where it's like, maybe Speeder Demon was fighting a hero and his bike got destroyed. But he salvaged a couple different pieces and used them to help build this mech suit. Speeder Demon, he's a tinkerer. He builds bikes, he builds mech suits, he builds stuff to make himself more powerful. And this is just his next upgrade. It's kind of carrying on from what we spoke about before. Upgrades for some of the villains, or at least changes to their original designs. That's fun. I don't know, man. I think this is super cool. And all these creations were pretty cool today. What a brilliant lineup of Hero Factory mocks we got. All of which are grounded in very interesting and fun ideas. I hope you enjoyed looking at them. Now hey, it's time for you to go out and build a hero or a villain character. Because it's Hero February, baby! Join the fun, build a hero, build a villain, and then post it online with the hashtag HF Feb. Or submit it to the submission email, but be sure to include that hashtag in the email. Then I'll do my best to feature it in some of this upcoming Hero Factory content that's coming your way. How exciting! Thank you for watching, guys. Happy building. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.